Hi folks, I'm Maurice Mitchell. This is Chris Millner, Steve Stockmal, Rock Stew members. I'm going to kick off a couple of new songs here for you. This first one is called Too Much of Anything.
Anything hurt, not enough just the same. Little bit of everything hurt, little bit at a time. And it's true, it could happen to you. And it's true, you know that it's true. It's all sad, kind of hard to understand. By the words it's all water, not a drop to drink. And it's true, don't let this happen to you. And it's true, you know that it's true. Everything but little bit at a time. And it's true, and it's happened to you. And it's true, you know it's true.
And the next one, The Way You Make Me Feel. Yeah.
That make me
Get
feel
things
that more than
confused.
that more than you make me feel.
very much, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
Uno más.
Rock Stew.
Rock Stew. And the Steve 4 minutes in the studio.
Fun.
All right.
2 of the new ones.
Hello and welcome to the Old and in the Way comedy podcast with Bob and Mark, where we fight ageism one bad joke at a time. Today we're thrilled to have the rock group Rock Stew from Santa Barbara here with us today, and we're going to marry this interview into a live session they did in a recording studio here in Santa Barbara. But let me introduce you to Rock Crew. On my upper left-hand corner, Maurice Mitchell, Chris Millner, and Pete Christiansen. And the guy to the bottom left-hand corner is my partner, Bob Heyman. But the first question for you guys is, how did the band come together?
I
Yeah,
had a friend that said he knew a guy that could run a Fostex 4-track.
oh, Peter. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm playing a gig at the Creekside,
Yeah.
and Pete shows up, and he's the guy that can run the Fostex 4-track. And he's like, yeah, so what? Can I play your guitar? And he just shredded it. And I'm like, okay. So we played, and then the Creekside called me up for a biker meeting on a Tuesday and asked if we wanted to play. I said, sure. I called up Pete, said, yeah, let's do it. And we did, and they loved it, and we've been together ever since. It's like just kind of one thing led to another. We started doing a duet around town, decided to form a band, and met Chris and a drummer, Ian Falgout, and put together a band called Us. And
Right. We were us.
we were Us. I just found a bunch of old posters, Pete.
Really.
Yeah, it was neat. I just had the one around here someplace, but what was it? Rock Stew, Walter Trout, and canned heat. So it might make you hungry.
Oh, okay. I remember.
I also wondered if there was any takeaway from the rock group Traffic, who back in the 70s, I think, knocked out Rock and Roll Stew.
Rock and roll stew, right? Well, no, it was more of a stone soup kind of a thing. It was, feed your head kind of thing. Rock stew, here's a good mix, and we made it really, a good mix, and we would put shit together. I mean, stuff together. I mean, did I say that?
Sounds
I'm
pretty
allowed to
good
say
me.
that. Yes, yeah, it was good.
Yeah. That's right.
So guys,
Yeah.
who would you consider your musical influences?
Oh, you're talking to me.
I'm talking to
Or-
all of you.
Well, I go back. I started with rock and roll, like everybody does. You get your first guitar, and then I got introduced to jazz, and I go, wow, this is really cool. I didn't know there was music like this, And of course, jazz is a very cult following, and but there were so many people in the jazz community. I think, like in the late '70s into the '80s, all the way, it kind of came out in the mainstream, and then all of a sudden, jazz kind of introduced bass players, that are phenomenal. They put them in the spotlight where bass players are always in the back, and then. So jazz was really interesting to me, and it'll always be my. But rock and roll too, man. There's some classic stuff. I mean, with our band, we meshed everything together, and so it was kind of an eclectic, I guess you could say, of all genres of and cultures. I remember spending a whole summer where I didn't play music at all. I just wanted to listen to music. And I mean, that's the first thing, right? Being a good listener to all these different cultures. Like I really got into the Indian culture, got into kind of like South African music and the real, you know, and all the drums and stuff. I know, like Mickey Hart, I love what he's doing right now. Oh my God, that guy's amazing. You know, he does these global drum projects and stuff. And I've been really getting into that. Man, he's got some kicking. And oh, can you cuss on the show?
What's that?
Can you cuss on this show?
All right. I think I already said something bad.
What-
So go
what do
ahead.
you think, Bob?
I just said the S word.
I know, me too. Ah, well, yeah.
You can swear on this show.
Oh, good, good.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
how about the
we'll,
rest of
we'll
you?
just have to put on YouTube, not
I'll
for
get sent to
kids.
me.
Yeah. And
Right.
how about the rest of you in terms of influences?
Oh, the other influences like Treelocker 2. Have you heard of him?
The other guys.
Oh,
Maurice and Chris.
oh, Maurice and Chris. Oh, those guys.
Oh, those guys. Oh, yeah, they were in the band too.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny. I remember Maurice when we first got together. Remember at Bernie's house? I was living there at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't. But you know,
No, but we would visit there. Yeah.
yeah, and they had that studio in the back,
Right.
and they tried to play a joke on you, and I don't remember what the joke was, but it
Oh,
doesn't.
they were doing that achy breaky heart.
Oh,
Them.
that's right. That's
They
right.
put it on. Oh, wow. You know, I've heard that. That ain't you.
Yeah, right.
They're like singing along with it. Oh, no, man.
One of the things our band was labeled as we got going was electric roll beat rock because of our influence. One of the reasons we call ourselves Rocks too, because of what Pete was saying about our influence. When I heard Pete and Mo, I said, wow, it's kind of what I'm looking for. I grew up listening to, you know, all the rock, Motown in our house, jazz, folk singing, Mo from Bob Dylan to Pete to Al Di Meola, you know, the progressive rock of Rush and Zeppelin, and then the progressive jazz of Weather Report. I was like, okay, I'll have to probably be like in 3 bands to satisfy my music niche. And with these guys and the drummer we had, Ian at that time and others, it was like, okay, they had the same kind of concept of bringing all this music styles together, and how do we mash that? And it just kind of stewed up. Thus the name, it kind of fit of all that. And so our album cover with the big pot and a fireplace with all the instruments melting together, that's what Stu ended up being. Yeah, that one right there. You know, and the steam comes up and you see the rock Stu, and everybody we open up for in the days when we were playing down in LA or here in Santa Barbara, Ventura, it was like, wow, you know, we're in that category of the Grateful Dead, String Cheese, Fish, but we had a different edge, a different sound for sure too. So it was great that we all loved all these musical styles and all these artists, and what we learned and created from that influence, and add our own twist to it. Another great thing for me is when we did even a cover, you know, with Pete's style, it's like he would add his own thing, his own color to it. So some people says, God, wasn't that a cover song? I go, yeah, it's so, but you guys made it sound your own. And that's what was great about us playing and jamming.
Right.
What are the band's goals for the future?
We'll have to get together.
Is there a future?
Is there a
Either
future?
we go to Washington or Pete comes down here, we'll get together.
That's right.
Cool.
One of our
He's in
songs,
Washington right now, so
one of our songs made it into independent film. You know, we're hoping maybe see how that route can go with that song called Determination. Steve Traxler was the producer and writer that a film he made here in Santa Barbara.
Sam Churchill, In Search of a Homeless Man.
Mm-hmm.
Look it up.
And it almost
Watch
made
it.
HBO.
Make it a cult thing.
It is. Oh,
It almost made it on HBO, and that could have been the hit for us of that song and took it to another level. So There's always a lot of people making films and stuff who need songs from something, music to match. So at this point, if anybody likes our music or wants something done in a movie or play, you know, even if we played our same songs today, it would sound different. We are different where we're at now, and it should be done different and stuff, you know. So yeah, we'll see what the future holds with all this.
Cool. How do you guys unwind or relax when you're not performing?
Yeah, that's personal.
Any more uncomfortable questions, Bob?
You
No,
know,
no,
nothing a
I
good
think
beer and a joint. Nothing
Oh.
a good beer and a joint can take care of.
Yeah,
They
that's
can
right.
swear, but they can't say we're X-rated, so we're not X-rated enough to be able to say what they do when they unwind.
Yeah, there you go.
Even though it is legal.
Oh, well, let me show you.
Nature provides a lot of great stuff.
Cool.
Well, I think we're going to wrap this up. We've had a great time here. Maurice, Chris, Pete, any last words?
Bye-bye now, bye-bye.
You guys are going to perform right now, right?
No. Oh, well, they already, Mark recorded a thing we did over at Steve's studio with Steve on drums. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool, you know.
All right.
This will get married into that and should be up on YouTube and everything within 72 hours.
I want to give a few shout outs to some of the other people who were in the band.
Good.
Ian Faggood, Christiansen, Mike Weaver, Steve Stockmal, Blair Kitchen, and brother Al Marceline.
Chuck Cordero,
the singer, what you're hearing. All these guys we're still in contact with. Mo and I did a trip where we went up and seen Mike, and Pete showed up and we jammed and had a great time in 21? Right when things were just starting to open up. Pandemic.
We were at the Canadian border. I could have thrown a rock into Canada, but I couldn't get in.
But without these other artists jamming with us, some of, you know, what would have happened and gone through and stuff. So they're out there, they're going to listen to this, and we want to make sure we give them their props for jamming with us, playing with us, recording with us,
being in there,
and all that. And with that said, to our family and everybody else, much love and happiness, and let music keep changing the world to be positive.
Peace.
Better. Peace. All right.
Thank you for coming on the Old and Way Comedy Podcast with Bob and Mark. www.oldandinthewaypodcast.com. Thank you, Bob, Pete, Chris, and Mo. Thrilled to have you guys on today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
We'll call you, Pete.
Yeah. Okay, Pete.
Okay.
Thank you guys for doing this for us. We appreciate your work and your time to set this up and put us out there. It was a great thing. I wore my Grateful Dead show shirt for Halloween that year at Trader Joe's for us to meet, Mark.
Cool.
Amen.
Cool.
It was. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Beautiful.
Sugar's gone too fast. Sugar's gone too fast. Sugar's gone too fast. Got to pass the door. There's something running over. The guns run down. Look around. Waste it all. I hit the wall. it all. Just walk, try to walk, I guess it all. Sun's too fast, sun's gone too fast, sun is gone, sun is gone, sun is gone too fast.
Right. Yeah, my voice is a little blown. It's too early in the morning. But thank you, yeah.